how do I communicate why my price is high? The biggest objection I see on my ads is that my price is too high or that my price is much higher than it should be. Oftentimes, people are comparing it to a store-bought version of my product where mine is a healthier version with clean ingredients. So this is a food and beverage product.
Oh, nice.
We deal with this.
What do people comp you to? Energy drinks or what? Or do they comp you to an actual competitor that they should be comping you to?
We don't have a direct competitor because we're on both sides, but we'll get comped to a variety of competitors. We sell on, like, we're a $4 can, right? Like if you buy D2C in store, you might get us for $3.89. Sometimes you can get us at $5, depending on what the dosage is.
Yeah.
But a $5 can of a drink in store, like what's the most expensive beverage you guys bought?
Pressed juice.
Okay, but
okay,
and guess what? No, that's great. That's a great example.
I spend up on dogs, Bar spends up on drinks.
But that makes total sense because you're like, I saw
that's
that
$10.
I saw that freshly juiced. I know where that's coming from. Like that's obviously good for me. But it's a glass bottle or not, whatever it is. That quality is easy to understand because you know exactly where it's coming from.
You can see it and pick it up.
Correct. Ours, we try to communicate it with the uniqueness of product and the efficaciousness and of dosage. So ingredients aren't enough, but the quality of dosage and the volume of it is, plus the science involved in it. That's how we're selling our expensive can.
So you are doing that. I would say the main way you're selling it is that people actually just don't have a reference point. So they don't know what to comp you to.
Yeah.
And so what this person's saying is like, I'm getting comped to something that is just like not the correct comp. This happens to us all the time at Royo. So we make bagels, but they're like better for you. They're 70 calories. They have 10 grams of protein. They're high in fiber, low, like 6 grams of net carbs, and they taste good. They taste like just an unhealthy bagel, right? We get comped all the time to like Sara Lee bagels. And I'm like, it's just the wrong comp. But if you make that comp, you know, ours is $12 a bag and theirs is $3, right? So it is that happens to us all the time. Like that much for bagels, this is insane. So I understand this problem when it's like, but it's the wrong comp, right? Like how do I explain that without, like I've already explained it in the ad. You know, I've already explained how that's not the correct comp in the ad, but people still make it. So I understand this problem and I'm trying to solve this right now.
Make a YouTube video explaining the comparison and then send them that link in the comment reply.
Look, Royo's doing well, so a lot of people get it. A lot of people are making the comp. And this could be the case for this person too. It's
we have it on a $35 hat.
Yeah.
I just tell people to go to Lids and look at all the hat prices and we're less. So,
and you just comment, you reply to the comments and say like, go to Lids.
Oh,
The half prices. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't do that because if I say go to the grocery store and look at the bagel prices, they'll be like, yeah, they're lower. I already know.
Yeah, you can't. You can only go ingredient and quality and like the lifestyle. Like the people that drink this drink are living this type of lifestyle.
Yeah.
And maybe you aren't there.
I've got one that you could do. Right. So we don't do this, but one of our competitors that actually is the right comp does do this. And I'm like, oof, that's pretty smart actually. Okay. Maybe we should do that. So I won't shout them out because I'm not in the business of shouting out competitors, but they do 4-packs instead of 6-packs in their bagels. And that makes their price much closer.
Not enough bagels for the week.
I understand that. But people like
who's got the 5-pack?
People don't make the connection for whatever reason.
Yeah.
Like they're so they sell 4-packs for like $7. So if you take their price per bagel, their price per bagel is actually like a little more than ours or a very similar. And then both of ours are like way more than like a Sara Lee bagel. But that makes sense because we're just like quality of ingredients, process of baking these. Like this is much harder to do than it is to make a Sara Lee bagel. Right?
Yeah.
But like they did 4-packs so that they could be closer in people's reference point to what they know, which is like the $3 or $4 pack, even though that's a 6-pack. And then what happens to us is then people will make the comp to us. They'll be like, oh, I can't believe this is this much when this brand like sells it for this. And it's like, what?
Yeah.
And then like, I don't want to be that guy in the comments who's like, well, actually, they have a 4-pack and we have a 6-pack and the price per bagel, if you do the math is, so I'm like, it just seems petty to respond like that. Sure. You know what I mean? So yeah, I don't know. This is a good question. I feel like I'm trying to solve this right now, which is why I want you guys to have better solutions and why I keep I've approached the question differently.
Yours is
a good idea. So I think the one good idea I have is like, can you repackage to a slightly smaller than people, a 5-pack instead of a 6-pack or a 4-pack instead of a 6-pack? So people just stop making the comp, you know?
I think you're going to get comps. It's unavoidable no matter what you sell, but
or that the comp is closer.
Yours is so tell anybody to walk into a dispensary and buy a 5 milligram THC drink. Yeah. They're like $14.
Yeah. That's a good expensive point.
So there's your comp.
But we can't go hard weed because then people are scared of just weed.
No, I get that.
But you're right.
But I'm out of breeze. You know, I gotta go. I'm gonna grow here, and it's like way more.
Yeah,
so,
and it's usually way more aggressive. Like it hits.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's
no, I don't want that in my life.
We can sell the THC pretty easy with like we're giving you THC to your door.
Yeah, and then people don't have a reference point for it. Like, I can't comp this to Red Bull.
No,
you know?
I can't. Like,
Yeah,
I can't comp this to anything. But our non-infused, that stuff get like that.
The
social,
energy drinks,
that social tonic, that vibe. People can comp it to mocktails.
Yep.
Yeah.
And mocktails are very expensive.
Or your Flow, which is kind of your energy drink, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So they can comp it to everything. So how do you do it on those?
The dosage of lion's mane or the dosage of the black seed oil or the magnesium, whatever else, the L-theanine.
Yeah.
We just go into like the dosage per is what the effect that you want to have. And then it tastes so different. Drinks taste really different.
Really? Okay. So really tactical here. If I were doing that with you, I've seen, so Grunes, I think, does this with AG1. I would just do us versus them ads.
Mm-hmm.
Call out whoever people are comping. Have some balls. A lot of people do us versus them ads and they go us and the other guys. Like
blurred out or something.
Call out people who are comping.
But you know the issue
call
with
out
that,
the people
what we've like split tested is when you run in the accounts and you call it the brand, they'll get served the brand. Like if I comp against two of my direct, they literally will be like a us ad and like them right after. Because as soon as you get in the bucket of whatever it is you've been searching or whatever the algorithm believes you're interested in, you get all of us.
But here's the thing: if my product wins, I don't care.
Yeah, but will it win? Like you still, I don't want to bring the other people around. Like you said, you're not in the business of shouting out competitors.
Yeah.
I'm not in the business of shouting out competitors to the tunes of hundreds of millions of dollars.
I'd test it probably. If I would probably go, look, if shouting them out directly actually converts quite well compared to like doing us versus like the other guys, then I'd be like, well, then I'm just gonna follow the CAC. You know what I mean? But yeah, I get what you're saying.
We did a recent test on Amazon.
Ease into it, you know, like do us versus them, and then do us versus the brand if you're ballsy enough.
So on that note, before I go to the point, we did us versus them, us versus color, us versus design, us versus the whole can. So that way you can show what a Red Bull looks like. Yeah. Without showing a Red Bull can. Like all you gotta do is just get the branding correct or get the colorway correct.
Got it.
Like, so you step your way to the actual, like just short of calling out the logo.
Yeah, I gotcha.
Because they'll pull their own connotations. Like someone does the matcha comparison and they'll just pull like the major brands.
Yep.
And the major colors or things that they're using. They're like, yeah, I got that's what you mean. Blue bottle coffee, all the comparisons that just show the blue bottle.
Yeah.
So there are
when you do an us versus them ad on Flow against, say, Red Bull, you just like make a can that looks like a Red Bull can without putting the logo on 100% there on the them side. And if you don't know what an us versus
the same
them,
thing. Monster is an M, right? You just put AM.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So it's anybody audio listener who doesn't know what an us versus them ad is, or I guess if you just don't, it's just like imagine a graphic. It's split down the center on one side. Everybody's seen an ad like this probably. Yeah. On one side is like, Breeze Flow, and then you say you could put the price in there if price is the comp that you're trying to do. It's like $5 per can, and then you put 200 milligrams of this, what like that, and then over here you put this brand, whatever per can, or you try and get the price as close as possible and then show that they don't have all the things that you have. That's like my verbal explanation of an us versus them ad. Is that accurate? Would you say?
Yeah,
we've done it a little bit, but
don't need to.
I've just done like floppy old dad hats versus ours. And so it's like this raggedy dad hat versus a nice 5-panel.
If you don't have it, it's us versus the problem in the industry.
Yeah. That's
so
kind of what we've done.
Great. Anti-positioning is always great positioning. So us versus what are you against?
I also think like the last play would be if it's an expensive product you're trying to get over and it's something that people consume, beverages or health and wellness. Is we're not cheap, but neither is your health, or we're not cheap, neither are you. And so it's really talking back to the positioning of who you are. Like, this costs this much. Guess what? Your health is pretty expensive.
Yep.
What's the most expensive thing when you're sick? Wanting to be better.
Yeah.
So there's like these weird angles you can go with.
Healthy man has 1,000 dreams. A sick man only has one, right?
Yeah. Truth.
Actually, now that you said that, we have a TikTok shop video that's one of our best like TikTok shop creatives. That is just me actually addressing, like I just did the like comment response style.
Yeah.
And say these are too expensive. And it's just like a probably minute half long video of me being like, look, first and foremost, like so like, you know, there are some competitors that we have that come in a 4-pack. Ours comes in a 6-pack. And also the price that you're seeing is for a 4-pack of 6-packs. So it's not a $50 bag of bagels. It's a $50 like pack, right? So just to be clear about that. And then I just kind of said like, you look, to some people, they, you know, like they don't eat better for you options. It's going to seem very expensive, and that's totally fine. Also, some people, instead of eating our thing, are just going to not eat bagels, which is also fine. But if you really like bagels, if you really like bread, like if you're passionate about bread and you really want to eat it, and it's one of those foods that trips you up all the time in your health journey, like this is well worth it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like a better for you version of it is well worth it.